Okay, I am back. Yes, it's been 3 months. It's for good reason. I can break it down.
It's Rudolph and his pals.
First of all, I'd like to say that I have officially graduated Le Cordon Bleu. The last 3 months were insane. It's the reason why I haven't been posting.
6154, okay?
Yes.
Good. The pass got 60 for hygiene organization, 60 for technique, 63 for presentation, and 62 for tests. So well done, Maddie.
I just want to start off with talking about the graduation ceremony, and I was like so nervous because I'm an introvert. I don't like to talk to people, blah blah blah. It was a whole thing. And then I got there and we got in our assigned seats. I was like, wow, this is very professional. We got in our assigned seats, and then my row was the first rows to walk, and I was the second person to go on stage. And it's just so funny because it was such a big diploma. So I got a huge diploma, and then I also got a medal just put over my head. And it's so funny because I had an afro and I'm like the only black girl. I'm the only black girl. And the chef was like trying to put it on, and I was like, good luck. And he put it on. It was so funny. I ended up talking to so many people. I didn't think that I would. I thought I was literally gonna rush out of there and leave as soon as I got there, but I stayed. And it was so interesting to see how we had such a big group in the beginning and it got so small at the end, because you know the Cordon Bleu was actually so extremely hard. It was so hard. So I think we had like 12 people in the beginning, and then of the OGs, there was only ended up being like 6 of us graduating, which was so interesting. I was really blessed to not ever have to retake an exam, or final exam that I have was literally so scary, darling. But yeah, I'm so glad I'm graduating, and now I'm officially looking for work. So I have these next 3 months to figure out what I'm doing. I've literally just been baking my heart away and doing absolutely whatever I want, but I really do think I need to find a routine. I made the dough at 8. I did 4 stretch and folds, and then I let it sit on the counter until 12-ish. I put it in the fridge, took it out at just now. That's what I did. Now I'm chilling on the couch. No one has moved in yet but me, so I'm here alone and I can do whatever I want. I would have been working at the Big Bakes, but they fired me. So I have a bit of a dilemma. The oven turned off and I don't know when, and it's now 165 preheating to 180. The cake, I have no idea how it's gonna turn out. Quite scared, quite nervous, we'll see. Basically, I knew that they had like a 3-month trial period. Towards the end of it, I just was realizing like I just didn't really like the schedule, and I didn't like getting home at 12 in the morning because I'm someone who doesn't like to be out when the sun's down, just because like bleh. I also wasn't working there a lot, so I guess I wasn't growing as much as they thought I would in the 3 months, because I would like work 2 days a week.
Bakers, our cake should start to get in the oven. Make sure to set a timer for 20 to 25 minutes. In the meantime, we can get started on our buttercream.
I was in school, bro. I had exams. I was stressed about. I was only thinking about my exams. They're like, peace, you're fired. And I was like, okay, totally understandable. I don't want to be here either. So they fired me. I've been doing a lot of baking, a lot of cookies. I'm gonna try and get more online, figure out like what my niche is. Every good business has their niche, and I need to figure out what my niche is. So I need to work on that. I've been fully wheeling this thing around. Okay, so I finally moved into my apartment. I haven't eaten anything today. It's like 1 o'clock, which I know it's like, okay, you haven't eaten, it's 1 o'clock. But like I've been like eating 1 meal a day every day because I've been staying at a hotel and I can't afford food. I literally have been fasting. I ate a bag of chips the first day, ate 1 cookie the next day, didn't eat anything the second day, and now I'm eating an actual meal. And there's a lot of things I need to do. I need to clean, there's molds, there's a lot of things that are wrong. And I'm gonna take a picture of everything. Then I have to handle the bills and get my stuff. Hopefully everything will be sorted, but I'm gonna eat. First meal in the house, yeah. First meal in the house, yeah, yeah. As an introvert though, living with 2 other people, it's kind of a lot for me. It's kind of draining. And I'm just realizing, like, why is it so hard for me to talk to people my age and like make friends with people my own age? It just never happened for me, really. I get along with anyone. I can talk to anyone. I just have that kind of personality. Even though I am an introvert and I'm drained by people, I can talk to anybody. I have a very extroverted, outgoing personality.
It's testing. First, she just made some homemade chai. Brought this from India.
Any soft? Yeah, and now eat it.
But this generation, I don't even want to say this generation, I just think this age bracket. Most of my friends are like 25 and up. And I'm being 20, it's just like, what, like, am I doing something, like, what's going on in my brain that I'm not clicking with these 18, 19, 20, 21, 22-year-olds? And my brain isn't even fully developed, so I don't even know why. Being homeschooled, I don't know what the reason is, but like, I'm not someone who wants to go out and party till 2 a.m. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I just don't relate. A lot of the times when you're young, those things like partying, drinking, and having sex and whatever can be like your whole world, especially if you are in college. And I just never was around that. I never cared for it, and so I don't relate. Maybe that's why. I think maybe because the older you get, you separate yourself from that, and maybe that's why I'm more able to talk and have real conversations with people who are 25 and up. Once I get out of this whole London situation, I move, I'll probably live alone and I'll probably love it. I get life coming in and the house is empty and it's just peaceful, and I can turn on some hertz, some like 400 hertz or whatever, and you just relax. I don't know. So I'm looking forward to that, but I do have to get through this trial period and I have to find a job. So I have a trial at Corinthia Hotel, which is so interesting because Corinthia, they actually came to my school's like career fair. And I didn't realize that I'd be having a trial with them in the future because they're not accepting interns. So I just applied online for an actual job. I don't know how that's gonna go because I can only stay 3 months unless they sponsor a visa for me. And if you sponsor a visa for someone, they had to be paid at least $41,000 a year. And as a economy pastry chef, the regular, you'll get paid is about $21,000 to $28,000 a year, which is like, how do you live off of that? You don't. That's the reality of the career that I'm in. That's why I will not be working for other people the rest of my life. It'll be like a very short-term thing. I mean, like 3-4 years max. And then I'm doing my own thing because $21,000 to $28,000 a year is just stupid. It's just stupid.
This needs to be a little bit more smooth. This can be slightly more shiny.
Yeah.
Don't put your finger on it.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you stick, it could be a little bit more neat. But it's very good job.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. I don't want to cut myself short in any area, but I do know that I want to be in a higher prestigious area that I can continue to master the skills that I've learned in culinary school for the past 9 months. I don't want it to go all to waste. I don't want to forget any of the techniques that I've learned because it's all important. And I mean, the tuition was expensive and it was hard. It was draining. I wanted to quit so many times, especially in the last 3 months. Last 3 months were so draining. It was so flipping hard. I kind of hated it, honestly. I hated it. I probably skipped 2 practical classes. I just mentally was not there and I just couldn't do it. I think it was hard because of the whole, I moved and the whole, I was working. On top of that, I mentally was a lot. And it was so serious, and some of the chefs just made it so not fun for me, and other chefs were more chill and laid back and made everything fun and still was very educational.
It's very sticky because of the humidity in this room.
So whoever wants to smash this.
Go ahead.
Ready? Is everyone ready?
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god.
I've had to walk out of the class before just to cool myself down. Like, I was tempering white chocolate, which we all know. Who the flip wants to, you ask me why I chose, like, for the exam to temper white chocolate for my exam. Why would I choose that? Why would I choose that? Anyway, I chose it and I realized, heck to no, I'm not doing this anymore. Luckily, it was a trial, so I was like, okay, I realized you're not doing white chocolate anymore. Get it off. But yeah, I had to walk out and then someone had to help me and temper it for me, and apparently it was tempered the whole time and I just don't. Anyway, it was a lot. And I think that positivity is the most important thing ever. If you need to get out of the room, get out of the room, because the energy that you have in your body, it's going to go into your food and it's going to go into your work.
Actually, but you had cheeses up to about £30 a kilo, which is double.
I just had a confectionery chocolate class, so I'm gonna try the little chocolates that she made.
Addison is pretending to vlog stuff so that she has content for next month, but she's not gonna.
No, I am. It's just gonna skip November. Chocolate.
What's up? You wanna see what I made today?
What is that? I remember during the exam, so many things went wrong. It's so interesting because I see people in other culinary schools like at Cold Lucas, and they're just filming in their exams. They're like, hey, chef, blah, blah. It was so serious. It was a 5-hour exam that we had, and there's 2 chefs in the room. We weren't allowed to talk to each other unless it was kitchen communication, like pastas, backs, whatever, oven, whatever. I remember the first mistake I did, I was making a crème, and I cooked everything. I put it in the mold, I put it in the flash chiller, and then I look in the fridge and I see the gelatin labeled crème. I was like, I forgot to put the gelatin in my crème. You don't understand what this means, do you? You don't understand what this means. I was like, okay. I was cutting pears at the time, and I was like, okay, put my pears to the side. By the way, you have to make molds. You have to cut pieces of acetate, roll them into a cylinder shape, tape them. It takes like 10 to 15 minutes to do it. 10 to 15 minutes. I only filled up 2 molds, and I had an extra one that I actually threw in the trash. I took it out the trash. I took it out of the trash, and I rewarmed up the crème, added the gelatin in. I cooked it too much, so like there was way less crème, but it was fine. So I filled up the main mold because that's the main thing I need, and then I filled up the crème. It was very short. I only had 1 crème. Usually people have like 4 that they have 4 crèmes to cut. However, I had 1 crème. 1. I cannot stress this enough. I had 1. I was like, okay, it's gonna be short, it's fine. So as I'm pouring the crème into the mold, it's coming out, it's leaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It was a mess, and I know the chefs were looking at me crazy. She was like, what the flip? Put it back in the freezer. I taped it up. It was fine. I was like, oh my gosh, I hope it's not leaking out right now. I hope. But I had to move on. I only had 5 hours, and I had 13 plus things to do. 13 plus in 5 hours. 13 plus. Just imagine where my mental was at. Imagine that. So the chef comes over, the chef Julie. She's like, everything okay? And I was like, I forgot to add the gelatin to my crème. And she was like, that's not good. And I was like, I'm well aware. Thank you so much. I'm well aware. And I had to continue on. So many more things happened that were wrong. At the end, when I was glazing my entremet, the glaze was not cool enough. It was still warm. So it slid off the sides and it looked sheer. And I was like, I'm going to put the sponge on anyway. I cut the sponge. I put it on. I realized I cut the sponge this way. Instead of meeting up this way so it's a seamless, it was like this. There was a gap here. By the way, Chef Julie was standing right in front of me. She was watching me do it, and I just had to laugh to myself because I can't take things too seriously. The whole time in my mind I was like, it's okay, you're gonna pass, this whole time. Even though I should have failed. Just based off my technique, my organization. I was a hot mess. My heart's to my toes, by the way. You got this. I peel off the sponge. What happens? All the glaze comes off with it. The entremet has no glaze on the bottom now. Chef Julie's like, I just like, just take me now. Take me now. Okay, that's what it's gonna have to be. Okay, I'm trying
Pani puri
with
cheers.
Okay.
Okay, keep your tissue really close to your face and the whole thing in your mouth.
This is scary. The flavors are really nice. It's citrusy and spicy.
It's really fresh.
Is this like, it's like a vinaigrette?
It's
right?
like tamarind and mint.
It's really good. So I was like, no, you got this. I had extra glaze that I had. Cause people scaled down the glaze recipes. I'm not scaling down the glaze. What if something bad happens? So I had this big jug and this much extra glaze in it. I rewarm it. I reglazed the whole thing. It was a little thick, but I reglazed it. Chopped a new sponge, put it on there, and it was fine. Chef Julie came up to look at it, and she was like, wow, your chocolate works really nice. And I was like, really? By the way, it was flipping gorgeous, and I wasn't allowed to take pictures. You're not allowed to take pictures or have your phone in the exam, which is so annoying, but it was the most gorgeous thing. And you would have never expected me to produce such gorgeous quality stuff with all the things that went wrong. She literally said word for word, good job, I'm impressed, patted my back, walked away smiling. I was like, You're joking. The guy but next to me, he was like, you definitely passed. I was like, so even though it was a hot giggity mess, I think in my mind I was like, you got this, you're gonna pass, you're gonna, like, positive mindset is everything. It's everything. It's literally everything. If your mindset is not positive, what do you think your outcome's gonna be? The things you think lead into your actions. It's very important. If you're struggling in the kitchen, take a break, go out 10 minutes. That's all you need. Even if it's an exam, even if you're late on something, go take a break, reset your mind, positive thinking. That's the way to live life. Why are we working while stressed? That's stupid. So I passed. The passing grade is a 50. I got a 61, mind you. I know that sounds crazy, like it's an exam. The best like pastry chef in my class, who we all know is like has top tier quality stuff, she got a 67. Okay, so just mind, I got a 61, she got a 67. So just that's where you gotta think. Okay, no one gets high grades in an exam. Okay, anyway, that was I would love to dive deeper in how hard the last 3 months of the Cordon Bleu was, but that would be another video.
Hello.
So the last 3 months, I kind of like didn't go to church as much. It was kind of hard for me to just get up another day, but I'm trying to go back. Yesterday I was going to church and I was like, I didn't really want to go, but I got up anyway because I made it a priority to go to church every day and not let anything stop me. I was going to the usual location that I go to with my friend, and it was closed, and I was like, what the heck 10:30. I try and open the doors closed. A lady in her car pulls up, like she's like, yeah, I don't know why it's closed, how it's closed and what we missed. And then this random person shows up and she's like, are you guys talking about the church and how it's closed? And I was like, yeah, it's closed, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we end up having a whole conversation there, and we end up walking to the the main location and just hitting it off, and we had a great time. We talked the whole time, and I actually made a nice connection, which is really cool. So I think that I'm never gonna stop myself from going to church, and I'm just realizing, like, if I want to be in community, I need to push myself to go out there and talk to people and make an effort. And I think it's easier to make friends in church. We all have the same mindset. You all have the same belief system. Christians aren't as judgy. But yeah, it was really nice, and I need to do it more often. So I'll be in church more often, hopefully. And I actually want to be involved with the church and maybe start a Bible study, because that's what is in my heart to do. So I need to do that. So I just got home from church. It is 8 o'clock and I am prepping my dinner. Spring onion and cabbage. I'm making like a salad. I would add seasonings like I would if it was a vinaigrette, except for we're not doing oil because that's calories that nobody asked for. You know what I mean? And then just gonna mix it all together. I used to not really care for veggies like that, but now it's become like part of my like everyday consumption, and I love that. I don't feel as healthy as when I was eating like my macros and like tracking everything. I feel like that was when I felt the healthiest. Took that out the oven, homemade naan. Yes and amen. Yes and amen. That's been my 3 months. I wanted to make this as short as possible because how can you really cram 3 months into a video? I don't know. I had to skip because I was so mentally drained. I was almost in a depression. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I think it was just a lot going on. I'm just realizing like I had no balance. I needed to recenter, and I'm hoping that this almost month that I have off, I'm able to really recenter and figure out how to live life in a balance, because I know that once I start going to work 40 hours a week for 3 months straight, it will be a lot and it will be very hard physically and mentally. So I need to prepare for that. So you know what I got? I got some Birkenstocks. I got my bedding. It's just the little things. I need to have my circle. All my friends are out of town right now. And I need to pick up my Spanish again. Just getting into a routine and getting out early in the day, seeing the sunshine, because these next 3 months is going to be dark. I already know, because it sunsets at 3:50. So it's very important that I do these things. I don't know how hard the next 3 months are going to be. By the way, I've never even worked 40 hours in my life. I've only ever worked 2 days a week max. 40 hours on my feet for 3 months straight. And then for a career, I'm hoping that these next 3 months will train me up. And please pray for me, guys, that I get a place that I actually love and I would want to stay at. And hopefully that would sponsor me, because I don't know where I'm going to go otherwise. But thanks for watching this vlog. And if you found it boring, I'm so sorry, because it's mostly just my family. So thank you, family, for watching this video. I love you guys all so much. Yeah, see you guys in the next vlog. The base is a shortbread cookie with a little bit of cinnamon and pecan. And then the second layer is cream cheese. The third layer is lemon pudding. And then the top layer is whipped cream.
Risha, you're not gonna have the lemon one? This is your plate. I was gonna make your plate. I'm done.
That's that.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh, the pecans in the shortbread is really nice.
Right? Yay!